How do I press record? Oh my god, it's recording. Oh my gosh, hi, welcome. Welcome to my Spotify radar. Oh, I think I'm accidentally zooming in on my face. Dear God. This is why I do music and not film. Welcome to the end. Me. Hard. Pretty damn glamorous. I'm just a bit of a hoarder. Mannequin. This is an egg. Lots of good things have been happening and people keep sending me champagne. This is basically where I've been for the past year, making songs. I mean, this is the amount of like drafts. Black Hole a few times, Earl Grey Tea a few times. One foot in front of the other, got through about 8 versions before we were happy with it. All the ideas will come together here. Like I might get a lyric idea in my car, or a melody idea in my car, or on a walk. But to actually like consolidate lots of ideas, it's like always here. So I probably would have written the chorus just like that, here, trying to figure it out for a second. I can't remember when my parents bought this, but it was like a Christmas present to me and my brother. Literally within the first few months of having it, I dropped a bobby pin in one of them, and it's never come out since. I think I give everyone a full sense of like musicianship from me with this wall. I actually am really not very good at guitar, but I think one of my favourite ones is this one, because it says Taylor Swift's name on it, and it's actually helped me through writing a lot of songs. I think when I get too caught up in the production, I'll just like sit somewhere else with this guitar and like sing through them and make sure the songs actually sound good. Just strip back.
You left in me.
No, it's the pairing with the
Deep in thought.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about lunch, really. Raining.
Yeah, that's cute. Love that.
This piano I've also had since I was a kid. I think someone gave it to us for free. I actually just decided to keep this piano as the one on Earl Grey Tea. And I literally just sat here and got out my phone and like voice memoed it. So you've got all the like cracking and stuff in the song. You're so scared of getting cancer.
Sichuan pepper. Oh, I've got Sichuan pepper. Cinnamon stick.
What are you making?
Chili oil, Chinese chili oil. I learned to cook a lot from YouTube cooking.
Who told you my skills?
Me.
Luke.
That was too quick an answer.
Yeah.
But you know it's the truth.
That is the truth. Well, when I tell you to do something, you always delegate.
Well, I'm the oldest, I have to, don't I?
And Sarah doesn't do much around the house, does she?
Sarah gets away with murder.
I work the hardest. I work
For
the
yourself,
hardest.
she doesn't work for the family.
yourself.
I'm joking.
Where does the creativity come from?
Don't lie, Mum. Don't lie. You have to give him credit for something.
He's referring to my dad.
Is he creative?
It's obviously Dad. Ever since we were young, Dad's always been producing. He was singing.
Before I met Mark, I used to do a lot of singing, Chinese singing, of course, but there's only room for one singer in the house, so the black side took over.
My dad was very aware that he was black, mum was Chinese, and we were in a white village. So he really tried to hone in the kind of black music.
So
like,
you need to have some rhythm, like you need to have some soul.
So that's where me, Luke and Sarah found out about Michael Jackson, Mary Mary, Kurt Franklin, Marvin Gaye. And then Sarah finally gets this iPod with Taylor Swift on it.
Everyone was disappointed because I started listening to white
And
music.
she loved listening to Taylor Swift. And then she actually got me into Taylor Swift.
That's me and Samuel. This is my family. I think that's my mum. These are all her siblings, basically.
That's the only family picture. So I was about 9 then.
Where is it?
Vietnam, pre-war.
Pre-war.
I don't know, it was a long time ago.
Were you working in the fields at that point?
Yes, the rice field, but also other field in front and back of the house where you grow cucumbers. I remember growing cucumbers and vegetables.
How did you pierce your ears?
We just put a needle through it.
Yesterday was her 4th month birthday.
Just fall asleep in my arms.
first memory of Sarah, someone spotted Sarah in church and wanted her to lead the Christmas service. She did good. You did good.
That's the most you're gonna get out of it.
That's honestly the nicest thing I've ever heard.
She was only 8 years old, and I thought, I can dress her up in pretty princess dresses. Oh my goodness, that turned out to be awful. I think we had a fight then. That's the first fight that we ever
From
had.
then on, we constantly fought.
Yeah, I can trust you a bit more now.
Oh yeah, this time last year, I don't think you would have said that when all my clothes are in bin bags.
What?
This time last year, you started making me pay rent.
That's what I did, and you still.
Look at that grin, you're so proud.
You secretly filmed me, and when I found out, I was cheesed off. Well, if I knew where
Really
she.
funny video.
It's really
It was all
intense.
popping off on Instagram. Everyone was loving it.
It was awful.
I think you must have been
was-
angry and you were swearing, and then you called me and then you got really angry, and then the night progressed, and then I came home and all my clothes were in bin bags.
That's why I was so angry. So angry.
So don't you kind of love the smell of manure? It's fresh, you know? Something quite nice about it. I need to get out of the countryside ASAP. It's a very white, middle-class, quintessential British town, and just, yeah, boring, like nothing to do. I kind of felt like we were aliens, like I guess as a family, and then me on my own as well. And all I wanted to do was not be here. And I think that's why I found so much like excitement and like liberation, I guess, in traveling into London and like going to church and being in the studio and like being on tubes and suddenly seeing like diverse people. Because like I think as a young teenage girl discovering your identity, that's everything. When you don't see people that look like you or don't have the same culture as you, it's like quite alienating. And for a long time I like rejected a lot of my heritage because of it, because I was like, well, I don't really fit in.
And I'm here and I'm waiting to save anything that's left. So don't give up just yet.
Great. Mummy, do you want to do anything else? Oh, I love this. Can we just roll on that?
Oh, look at that.
It's my first ballet show, I think.
Yeah. This is how Sarah goes to school. Looking back now, I should have known who she was. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it my way.
I was very independent. We were scared of you.
You just lived in fear constantly.
But there's nothing really that
If you're so
naughty.
scared of me, why do you still disobey me?
Because you're old and
Frail.
frail now, so I can. You don't have the energy you once did to shout at me.
Look, the dragons still rise up.
I know. I never know how much of a thing it is that people know that I like to sew. There's just a bunch of clothes that I prepared earlier. All of this I've made. I actually wore this in the Forgive Myself music video. There's not really much to say about this. I just quite like the idea of like making pajamas a bit more chic.
I need to forgive myself.
This is a two-piece I made. As you can see, I just can't get enough of frills. What I made for Black Hole music video. I feel like this is actually nicer on its own than the way I actually wore it in the music video. What else is there? Me and Rose made our own prom dresses. Rose is my best friend. She was lilac and I was green. I made this for the Good Stuff video.
Oh, why'd you leave me with the good stuff, babe?
My creative director, Imogen, was like, I think we need a big dress. So I was like, no problemo, Imogen. The fabric shop closes in half an hour. I went down, just purchased loads of blue tulle and then did this. And then all the comments on the music video are like, you know, the song's great, but like, what is her dress? Which is fair. Everyone was like, why does she look like a jellyfish? Major drama. We're a week out to the Brits and I haven't made my performance look, so pretty good. Okay, so I've made the dress and now I'm gonna cut it up into like patchwork. I bought this eyelet machine for 20 quid off eBay and it's come early. Yeah, it's sick. The Brits was good actually. I can't believe it's like come and gone so quickly. I've got a beautiful bouquet of like now dying flowers next to me, which my girl Taylor sent me, which is wild. Surely it's not. Who the hell's Taylor? And then she did her acceptance speech and then like was like, Griff, hi, and I was like, oh. And then I met her and we ate chips. My 8-year-old self was dying inside. I know.
This is just like my peace and quiet walk. A lot of the songs that I wrote, I'd like test them on the walk.
Shade of Yellow is the most recent song I wrote.
There's a light in your room, and the lamp is a shade of yellow.
It's a song about escape, basically. I think, like, growing up, I always found myself not really being home. I was either, like, at a best friend's house and finding escape and finding home in other places where sometimes it was too chaotic here. You're blaming it on the lamp and you're using the lamp as a bit of a metaphor when really you're coming back to that place constantly for that person who's making you feel safe.
And I will keep running right back, running right back, running right back to you.
Yeah, nice. Beautiful. Okay, can you roll on that, please?
If I was in a treasure island, I just had to make it a good vibe. I'd bring Taylor out, I'd bring Lord out, and they'd just take care of music. And then get either like Cecily Banson or like Molly Goddard to just like sew clothes for everyone and make sure everyone's in huge dresses. Oh, and then I'd obviously have my best friend, Rose, there.
Don't be scared, guys. I'm a safe driver, I promise. Well, I just thought it might be nice for everyone to meet the bestie, Rose. So, I'm gonna go pick her up. Everyone's always like, Sarah, you gonna upgrade your car? And I'm like, I don't know, like it gets me from A to B. I don't really understand why everyone needs a fancy whip. I would always test out songs in here and just see if they make me feel, you know, like I'm in a movie when I'm driving and listening to them. I don't know, I find it hard to listen to music these days. I turned up ABBA quite a lot of Whitney as well. A lot of like How Will I Know and I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Oh, my hair's gonna go curly.
Usually, guys, Rose is the one driving. Rose passed before me.
I did all the McDonald's
she's terrible. You would be crying.
You're terrible. You drove on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, this is true.
You will happily drive down a one-way street and say, whoopsies.
To be fair, I'm surprised that we're still friends.
No, me too, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
I mean, we're hanging on by a thread.
But we turned weird and spent too much time together at school.
We did spend.
And then all the other
you
girls
became besties with my mother.
I did become besties with your mother. All right, go on, Rose. Put on your favourite song of the EP.
How do you get this to work?
All right, let's see how many lyrics Rose knows.
What instrument is this?
I don't know.
What is that? Get back up.
Wow, she knows it.
Didn't think I'd be alright
Wow.
again. You know I listen.
It's easy when you're young. Everything creative, I will send to Rose. When it comes to creative stuff, Rose is my springboard.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's not really a surprise that you're doing so well. If I'm honest, I feel like with you, it was kind of like anything you choose to do, you're probably gonna do it like to the top of whatever it was.
How did you find growing up here, Rose?
Boring. I mean, there's not really much. I mean, I guess we're lucky because of London, but there's not really much going on. I mean, the fields behind your house have seen us.
They've seen us in all
in our highs and lows,
They've
hungover,
seen
drunk.
They've seen us happy, they've seen us drunk, they've seen us lonely.
Lonely? You know they have. I mean, you cried a lot in school.
I did cry.
Do you remember when you cried to Miss Edwards?
Yeah, I do.
I don't have enough time to finish it.
Won't grade my work. Maybe we'll put this at the end. I just want to say thanks, Spotify. Thanks for having me. Thanks for making a documentary about me. I hope it was riveting and exciting. I hope I inspired you. Shout out to the crew.